Hey guys, Tom Bullington here in Motion Realty. Um, Wanted to check in with you today. This is one of those questions where people have, there's so many agents out there. You could throw a rock and pretty much hit a real estate agent. So, what differentiates a good realtor from a bad one, from someone who's not going to work very hard? It's very hard to tell. If you don't know a realtor that you've worked with in the past, if you don't have a referral from a friend or a family member, it's very challenging to find someone who you really want to work with. And it's really just kind of picking jelly beans out of a giant jar. You're really not sure what you're going to get. It's that box of chocolates sort of thing. So here's some advice for you that may help you pick the best agent for your particular needs. The first thing to really understand when you're picking an agent, when you're really looking for an agent, is an agent that would work for Aunt Betty may not work for you. He or she may have a personality type, may have a way of doing things, a way of approaching things that fits Aunt Betty's style or her way of doing things, her way of thinking, but not you completely. There may be an age difference, there may be a cultural issue, there may be something that you just aren't connecting with somebody. It's like dating in some ways, where you're just not really connecting with the person. My advice, though, is if you are picking an agent and you've picked one and you just aren't really, it's not firing on all cylinders and you're not really getting the satisfaction from answering questions or following up with a text or following up with a phone call, getting to see homes on a consistent or a timely basis, those sorts of things, you can fire your agent. You can actually go out and say, okay, Bob or Susan, I really don't want to work with you anymore. And typically, if it's a good agent, I know you're under a contract. Typically, if it's a good agent, he or she will let you out of your contract and will move on down the road. Seldom, at least in my experience, have agents said, nope, you have to work with me even though we're not getting along, even though this is painful. um, it's just better for all parties concerned. My philosophy, too, as being an agent in a town where there's a lot of agents, and really at this time, people are looking to get into the business to try to capitalize on the tight housing market because there's a lot of buyers, a lot of people looking for homes right now. And there's a lot of high-priced homes, higher-priced homes than there have been in the past. Kind of my philosophy is that if you're a good agent, you will rise to the top. And the folks that are what they call secret agents, where you don't really know that they're an agent, you just kind of find out by accident, or they don't have the presence in the community, they don't have the activity, they don't have the transactions, maybe they're doing 2 or 3 homes a year. They could be great, but more often than not, it's a situation where it's a side gig, it's a side hustle, and they're not a professional full-time agent. So that would be my first thing. Obviously, I'd love to work with you, but there are a lot of agents out in the community, out in the South Metro area, and what I'm trying to do is make sure that you are paired with someone that you can work with successfully. So number one is, I'd say, maybe talk to 2 or 3 agents. Interview them. If you have that good relationship with someone, if you connect with them, if it's a speed dating sort of thing and you can really connect with them, that's who I would go with. Someone that you can talk with, who communication is key for them, who is out in the community, who is, there's part-time agents that are out there that do a great job. I guess my preference would be to work with a full-time agent, someone who has his or her ear to the ground all the time on your behalf. That would be my advice, whether it's me or someone else, but definitely someone who's a full-time agent, I think, would be a preference for me. And then someone who can really communicate with you well and who says, yep, I'm going to text you back if you have any questions. Consistently, that communication is just really key, and it's the key to any relationship, any successful relationship, is communication. Also, someone who's really just very aware of the individual market that you're in, whether it's Hastings or another community. People that know when a home goes up, they know about it. They contact you about it. You might be on an email search like I do with a lot of my clients. You may be just, picking one or two homes out to choose to show or to find. Someone who's really in tune with the community and who is in tune with the homes for sale out there. I think that's critical. And then also someone who has done this before. Experience is, I don't think, can be overstated. Someone who has the experience, who knows the paperwork, who knows when things come up, and there's inevitably a glitch with every single transaction has a glitch. Whether that's a very small thing, typically it's a very small thing, a paperwork issue, or something with a title company or a closer or something like that, or maybe it's a larger thing. Someone who's inexperienced and has not done this a number of times that's an issue. So you want to make sure you have someone who's experienced, and if they're not experienced, that they have a good team to rely on, they have a good broker, a good office to rely on for complicated issues and questions. So those would be my tips and tricks for finding the best agent. Obviously, I would love to interview with you to be your agent, for the honor of working with you. If you have any questions for me about the real estate process, buying, selling, etc., give me a call, 651-402-6356, on the web at tombullingtonhomes.com, emails tom@inmotionrealty.com, and of course here on InMotion Realty on Facebook, as well as Hastings Happenings. So we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.